Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. So it's patch notes time. We're going to go over the patch notes for what is today? Today is October 11th, 2023. Patch comes out tonight. I don't know, like 7 hours, 8 hours, because I can see it right here. Comes out in 8 hours. So we're going to go over the patch notes real quick. I'm going to give you my thoughts. I'm going to be a little less preachy tonight, if you caught my video yesterday. So let's dive right into it. What do we got going on this week? Well, today is the 14th day of the Soul Incursion event, which means we got 2 weeks left. You see up top here, we got 2 weeks and 8 hours left in the Ghost in the Shell, 2045 or SAC 2045 collab. So let's go see what the patch notes have in store for us. Okay. Alright, over on the official Facebook page, Eternal Evolution, 17 hours ago. Version update notice, blah, 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 diamonds. Okay, we're going to just speed right through that. Version update details. Now, this is normally a full cycle patch. So this is usually the one where they give like a lot of good stuff. But I have a feeling it's just going to be more of what we got this last 2 weeks, just with new faces on it. So, new heroes. New heroes. Who are we getting? Purin. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name. So she's going to be coming. Purin is the SSS level time traveler support hero who can increase damage taken by enemies. So increase damage taken. So obviously she's going to just like lower their damage reduction and their crit damage reduction probably, because that's the only way really that you can like increase damage taken and reduce damage taken by allies. So it's probably going to be decreased damage reduction on the enemies and increased damage reduction on the allies. She can not only restore energy to the ally with the highest attack, so in a full time traveler squad, that's probably going to be Motoko. But since she is support, she's probably plug and play. She's probably decently plug and play. So she can provide energy to the ally with the highest attack. Okay, so I'm trying to think good teams. But just energy, so just to boost an ultimate. So it's kind of like a res unit in a way. Kind of like res, how he buffs up the energy. But we don't know how much they're going to restore energy. But also stun the enemy target with the highest attack. And increase their damage taken. So that all sounds well and good. But I don't foresee it being really great in reality. We'll have to see the numbers, because usually they have like the patch or the kit notes for a new hero out by now. Usually it would have come out Tuesday night, and we would have been talking about that yesterday. But they have not released any kits, so we're actually not going to get the kits to these units until tomorrow when the patch goes live. So I don't know what this means really. It's cool. It all sounds well and good, but is it going to translate into a meaningful impact in the game? We don't know. We don't know. And then we're getting Tachikoma. So Tachikoma is the SSS time traveler tank who is also very, 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 very annoying in the cartoon, by the way. Probably the reason why I turned it off after 2 episodes. Who can interrupt enemy movement, which don't know what that means yet, and stun them. Okay, a stunning tank. So think of like Oisa. Oisa was a stunning tank. That's the only stunning tank I can think of. But what does interrupt movement mean? Like, that could be like interrupt teleports, interrupt displacements. Because we do have heroes in the game right now that do that will disrupt or cancel or prevent enemy displacements. Don't know. Because really those are the only movement effects in the game. Teleportations and charges, I guess they're called. So, what is this going to be in a counter to assassins and vanguards? Probably not. Probably not. So it. Oh, and create a shield for all surrounding allies during combat. Okay, the shield is nice, because that shield's going to come with a bonus. Like, that shield is going to cover them. It's going to give them a shield, which means what can we do with shields? Hagridon, but a Hagridon's really going to only benefit Motoko and Batu. So we'll see what the shield brings. Maybe they're going to get some cool buffs when they're inside the shield. So Tachikoma can inflict knockdown on enemies. That is a standard tank ability. Pretty much all of the tanks have to have that now in their kits to be viable, in a tank team at least. Can inflict knockdown on enemies and immunity, and has immunity to control effects. So it's immune to CC, which is always good. It's always good to be immune to CC because, well, a lot of the PvP basically surrounds CC. Like Doragon comes out and slams for CC. Gobo from Sif comes out, slams for CC. And immunity, so immunity to control effects. Although, let's think, what is the natural counter to tanks? It's better tanks, which you're not really going to have to worry about CC. Although knockdown is CC as well, so there's that. Or assassins, which don't really rely on stuns other than Motoko, or unless you're running them with the Impulse of Annihilation, right? And Hagridon. So, don't know. Again, this kit, I'm not impressed. We'll have to see what happens when the game goes live, but it doesn't sound like, it doesn't like jump out to me like, that's awesome. Can inflict knockdown on enemies and immunity to control effects after a certain amount of time in battle. Oh, so it's on a timer too. Well, that makes it worse. So Tachikoma can also deal more, or also deals more damage against the target it paralyzes in the COLLAB event. Okay. We're up against a boss in the COLLAB event. You guys tell me. This seems like a complete useless skill. Because you're not paralyzing. What does paralyzing mean? That means like stunning or freezing. You can't paralyze the boss. So is paralyze a debuff? Can we debuff the boss? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, but it's not, you know, we can't go to the kits because the kits aren't out. So we're just going to have to guess. What is paralyze? Paralyze has to be some kind of new kind of debuff. Like we have Mark. I don't know what paralyze does. All right, and then what are we getting? So we're going to lose the Motoko and the Batu banner, which is the 50-50 dual banner, which in of itself has issues. We're not going to really discuss those issues, but it makes it a lot harder to pull. You got to pull like basically double the limit tickets to get the normal or the same amount of shards per hero, right? So you can't just like go all in on one hero. You got to pull your whole load. You got to blow your load. This is a PG kids show. Load as in your stash of tickets. You got to blow your load in order to get pretty much what you need. So what are we getting? This is going to be another dual 50-50 banner. It's going to have Purin and Tachikoma. And then Nagrama, Boar, and Oisa. So where the first banner had, I do believe it was Artist, Taylor, and Serena, which are very, very good free-to-play starter characters. Oisa, not so much now that you're going to have a tank in Tachikoma and a Vanguard in Batu. On my last free-to-play account, I used Oisa for week 1 and then never used her again. That's not to say Oisa is bad. She can be used effectively in PvP to a degree, but you're not going to be beating any of the meta teams with an Oisa anymore, which is sad because I used to run Oisa all the time and she was awesome. Boar has, again, limited. Boar and Oisa both have limited uses for people in beginning game, mid game, and end game. Nagrama has even less uses now with the fact that they give Daniel so early in the game. Basically, kind of pushed Nagrama to the side because what we used Nagrama for was like basically your egg killer in Sincero Marsh. Had to remember that. Because it had such a wide range. It was a sustained ultimate beam. Now you can just do that with Dan, right? You get Dan in week 2, right? So I don't see any use for Nagrama almost at all. He can do some niche good damage in certain situations, but other than that, no. He's pretty much just he's pretty much at the bottom of my energy tier list now, I think. So that's what's coming. That's going to be the same 50-50 type banner. And then the supplementary banner is going to be Daniel, Sorietta, and Rakana. Now, like I said, new players, or players that just started within the last, a while now, get Daniel in week 2. And Daniel's awesome. He is absolutely killer for new accounts. So this is just basically giving new accounts a way to get more Daniel copies to evolve their Daniel to higher levels, because you should be able to get Daniel to an immortal level fairly quickly even as a new player. Sorietta, that's a good one for beginning accounts. Rakana, that's also a decent starting assassin. Sorietta, you're probably going to use Rakana more at endgame in niche scenarios than Sorietta, so keep that in mind. But not a horrible banner. And I love that it is this week because I have Daniel at Immortal 5. This means I don't have to pull anything on him. I can just like let that banner just skip on by. And not worry about it at all. I have every one of these are Immortal 5 in my main account. And on my other free-to-play accounts, I don't care. I got Daniel at Immortal, and I think I got him at Hyper-Evolved on both accounts, both free-to-play accounts. So a new Star Echo event. Now, this event is currently live right now in-game. This is just a refresh of the Star Echo. So let's go. I'll show you guys what we're talking about here. So look at events, Star Echo. So it's basically this. Look at You can see I pulled 120 bad boys, and that was it. But this is my streaming account. I don't really care about this account. I just use it for recording purposes, like this. So this is, we're getting another one of these, and at 180, we're going to get a Tachikoma / Purin Triple S selector card, right? Oh, and the devs did mention while we're here, I'll tell you guys, on Facebook, the devs, or someone that represents Eternal Evolution, did say that this store, this exchange, was going to change. So it's just going to be Tachikoma, Purin, and then, who is it? Nagrama, Oysa, and Boar. That's what's going to be in here with another Gene Hybrid. And the reason why I didn't buy one on this account, even though I have 120 tickets, is because I'm waiting to buy a copy of either Tachikoma or Purin, whichever one I don't get on this account. So this is going to change, but they did say also that this shop, even though it's refreshing in 7 hours, they said that this, at least the characters weren't changing. So it's going to remain Batu and Ravenna, but more likely than not, this trophy is going to change, because we did hear before this event even went live that we were getting 2 prototypes during the collab event. So this is probably going to switch. So if you haven't gotten this yet, which I haven't, but I don't, like I said, this is an account that I don't care about. Get this while you can, because it does give, what, 3% or 12% HP to the time travelers, the security section 9 heroes, which is the collab heroes. So that's a little word of advice for you guys. Now, I really hate this. The main rewards of this event are Soul Incursion SSS hero card. That's at 180. You have to pull 180 combined collab or limited tickets. So those two combined, you have to pull 180 to get that. Yeah, soul potions you can get fairly early. Mythic runes is it's way up there too. The universal crystal is at, like, I think 240, somewhere around there, and the gene mutation crystal is at like 700. So the fact that they say gene mutation crystal too, that's bull crap in my opinion, because no one's pulling 700 tickets on this banner, except for Krakens that want to max out Immortal 5 both collab heroes. So this event, pretty much all you want to do over the course of 2 weeks is pull 180, so you get that free Triple S copy of one of the two, whichever one you need the most. So there you go. 14 days, and that event will last for the 14 days, which is the totality of the collab event, the totality of the Purin and Tachikoma banner. So a new details gathering. This is the offsetting every second week or bi-weekly event, right? So there's, what do we have right now? It's Quantum Mimic Machine. So we have that this week, and now we have details gathering, and then it's going to go back to the Quantum Mimic Machine, etc., etc., etc. The main rewards are Xander, who even just starting beginner accounts don't care about. So that's funny. That is pure trash. He is pure food. Use him as food. If you need some food to level up somebody or to evolve a hero, there you go. That's your guy. Use that as food. And then you get rusted gears, diamonds, and mythic runes. The only way you can get the mythic runes, though, is you got to spend $1 a day. If you don't know how, come into my Discord. I'll show you where, because the shop is kind of like hidden at the back end of a more expensive shop, right? So yeah, so I always spend $1 a day on my main account, because I do. That's $7 for 30 mythic runes, which is a very, very, very good use of your money. This is one of the places where they are still guaranteed to get my money every second week. Event duration 7 days. So Gamuzo's Bell, that's what you're going to use the rusted gears that you get in the Details Gathering on. What do we get this time? So the main rewards are Daniel. Okay, hope I don't get it. Gene Hybrid, I want that. Mythic Divine Prototype, Dominant Nucleus. Now, Dominant Nucleus is still probably your best attacker prototype for a summoner team. So that is good. The Dominant Nucleus, which is way more rare than Daniel Shards. Probably everybody wants. I already got mine at maxed out. So the only thing I need from the wheel is that Gene Hybrid. So, but Daniel, Gene Hybrid, Dominant Nucleus. Project Premium Development, no one cares. And then Elite Chapter. Okay, well this came out of nowhere. I didn't expect to see one of these. And oddly enough, it is an Emma copy. Emma. So I like the fact that they're giving us Emma, because ever since they changed the cadence of a beginner player's 4-week initial walkthrough in Turtle Evolution, you used to be able to get Emma fairly high evolved in week 2. Now it's Daniel, but back in the day, for me, for a lot of people, it was Emma, and that gave us a close to immortal Emma, right? For a lot of us, Emma was our first X30. So I like that they're giving you a chance to get an Emma copy, because new players are basically don't have that option. And we do have to use Emma at endgame in some of the PvE dungeons, namely the Katosian Triangle Molten Abyss. And then we do have a Endless Battle for Hunters. So I think Hunters is the 16... Not an Endless Battle. Sorry, not an Endless Battle. Hunters are going to be one of the bosses in Twilight Lands, which starts tomorrow as well. And they're going to be the boss for 16-7. Now, the Hunter boss in Twilight Lands is going to be basically a cut-and-paste mirror copy of the Hunter boss from the last Endless Battles that we had, which means you're going to want Rebecca, you're going to want Emma, you're going to want Arcadia, and then you're going to want Dom, and you're going to want Taylor. Right? If you don't know how to do that, go back in on my channel. I have a video for how to complete that battle. But that is nice that they're giving you an Emma copy, because that's going to feed directly into Twilight Lands. But the problem is... Actually, no, that's not a problem, because you're not going to get Emma until close to the end, depending on how many meteorites you have saved up, because you can carry those over from event to event. And 16-7, that's not going to open for 10 days, since that opens on the 10th day of the 2 weeks. So you have time to get this Emma copy if you need her a little bit more. Like on my main account even, I have her at Immortal 0 with 1 copy. This is going to let me bump her up to Immortal 1. So it's good. I like it. And then, most importantly, and the people rejoiced, a new season of Twilight Lands will open on most servers, meaning any server after week 2. If those people in week 2 have made it to a certain point in story mode. Awesome! That is going to be a welcome sight. Yeah, gimme my stuff out of that. I like that. I like that. So I'm going to have fun tomorrow, because Twilight Lands is cool, even though I can kind of blast through it. I still enjoy it. I still enjoy picking and choosing. Like, I kind of want to do some Hunter nodes now that I got Arcadia. Kind of want to do some Assassin nodes. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. So that's cool. So that's everything that's coming in the game for content. Now, what are they tweaking? Let's look at the game content adjustments and optimizations. So, here they're gonna make $100 tomorrow from a lot of people. Added a new Mythic Divine prototype, and the reason why I say that is because it will be in the store for $99. The Cosmos Lord. Its effects are as follows. Please refer to the actual game content for specific values. So this is just basically a big overview. Ooh, it's nice, and let's go all the way down. Okay. So, when an allied hero's ultimate skill hits 3 or more enemies, oh, this is Flowing Rune and Solar Flare, but Flowing Rune is the yellow one. It makes sense. They're slowly starting to replace all of the yellow and purple prototypes with red ones, because you can make a lot more money with the red ones, since the yellow ones are free. So when an allied energy, and keep in mind, this is going to be mainly used for energy heroes. It's specifically energy hero. When an allied energy hero's ultimate. Jaina, Nord, Ravenna, Luke. The one that we're getting in 2 weeks. When they hit 3 or more enemies at the same time, they will recover 200 energy, which is very easy for them to do since they're AoE heroes. When and out, and then at level 2, it goes to 3 or 5 at the same time. Okay. It's much more likely to hit 3 than 5, but it says they will recover, 200 or 225. So 200 energy if they hit 3, which is the exact same as level 1. 225 if they hit 5. Which 5 is doable in PvP. Specifically if you're going up against summoners, then this is easy. This is easy sauce. Level 3 is still 3 and 200, but it's 5 and 250. And then at level 4, which is when you usually get the good stuff on most prototypes, and most red prototypes, you get the good stuff at level 4. So level 4, allied energy heroes gain 6% ultimate skill damage. Not a lot. Not a lot. But keep in mind that they also... I think Jaina regains... She regains energy on kills, though. So she'll gain more... She'll get to ultimate faster, which... this thing has Jaina written all over it. And then it's still 3 for 200, and it's still 5 for 250. So that value doesn't change. And then it goes up and up and up. And at level 6, it's 12% ultimate skill, which is no slouch. And it's still 3 for 200, but it's 5 for 300. Keep in mind that an ultimate bar is 600 energy. So if you hit 5 units, you're going to refresh your ultimate by half. And then Jaina, keep in mind, also has 2 other AoEs in her kit. So she can just bang, 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 ultimate. She can do a lot. She can get a lot. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, Jaina, baby. This is going to be very, very good for Jaina. And Nord. Nord, too. Yeah, so this is going to be the go-to prototype for energy heroes, which energy heroes are kind of poop right now. They are. You know, the introduction of Sif kind of made the energy counter not as reliable. What does energy kill? Oh, Spider Boss, PvE stuff. Yeah, okay. But PvP, energy needs a boost, but they're getting a boost shortly, and this is just the first domino to fall, this prototype that we're going to want. And then we're definitely going to want the new energy hero that's coming out in 2 weeks after this, or after tomorrow. Okay, so a new prototype. All right, cool. Oh, we're finally finishing off the gear. Okay, good. So, added the Immortal, Isolated, Zephyr, and Unleashed equipment sets. So now all the gear can be taken to Immortal. Pretty much all of it. Except why they want to include Isolated is beyond me, because that's resist gear. No one run... do you have any resist gear in your bags? Because I disassemble it all. Zephyr has some niche uses. But Unleashed is going to be good, because that's for our hunters, right? That's for Becca, that's for Arcade, that's for Ryzeris. Unleashed is good stuff, so that'll be nice to finally beef up those hunters a little bit more. Which can be obtained through tempering. And this is all going to be coming from the Thundercliffs dungeon, which is the hard one. So the Immortal Isolated set, I don't care. Just extra resistance, don't care. The Immortal set is just extra attack speed, don't really care. Alright, Immortal Unleashed set. For every 3 basic attack, and that's basic attack effects as well, keep in mind the hunters have a lot of abilities that count as basic attack effects. So for every 3, which is a lot, it's going to trigger this effect. Damage of the current instance. I'm assuming that means the damage of the current skill. Or whatever. Or you know what it is? It's going to be for every 3, so it's that 3rd basic attack. It's going to increase the damage of every 3rd basic attack 100 to 125%. I don't know why there's a range. It's probably going to be based on attack speed. Tempering material, Thundercloud branch, which you get from the Thundercliff. And with that comes level 7 to 10 of the Thundercliff. Now, I do have videos on how to use Vanguards. I do have a video on how to use Assassins, which are better. But they are making some changes to Thundercliff as well, which makes me... which answers the question of why it took them so long to finally give us this, because it looks like they were starting to make some changes, or they had to make some changes to this dungeon before they did this. So Optimize the levels of Thundercliff by changing the target selection method for Thunder Oblivion of levels 5 and 6. Because as soon as you got up to 5 and 6, it was hard. It was hard with your current Vanguards unless they were all maxed out X30. Whoa, my chair. So now it's going to be prioritizing front row units. So you're going to probably want to put your Barog and your Ares in the front row because then they're going to generate rage and they're going to go do their thing. So this is just for 5 and 6. Prioritize the front row targets, increasing the number of attack segments for Thunder Oblivion, but decreasing the damage of each segment. So that seems like it's going to be a wash. But what's happened is since they're doing multiple attacks, since they're increasing the attacks, it's going to ramp up the damage of Barog and Ares and Batu, if you want to use Batu here, faster. So even though the damage is kind of flat after the increase and the decreases, it's basically a buff to Vanguards. That is strictly to buff Vanguards to make this easier. Yeah, and keeping total damage unchanged, which we just kind of mentioned. Optimize the conditions and prompts. Oh, so that's it. All right, so that's how they nerf Thundercliff to make it more usable by Vanguards. Optimize the conditions and prompts when the sweep all function is not unlocked. Okay. Wait, just do your wasteland until you can sweep it, and then just sweep it because that's how you get red runes is free to play, and soul potions. That's gonna be your primary source of red runes, basically, as a free to play. So they're making it so the conditions to be able to sweep from 10 to 5. Okay, cool. All right, good. I don't know. Were people not doing the 10 times? I sure hope they were. Wasteland, even though it's tedious, that's a must do every day, even for pay to win accounts. That's a must-do every day. Just for the chance to get red runes. The unlocked prompt is changed to unlock the sweep all function. Whatever, don't care. The stats section below the hero's equipment will be specifically displayed according to the recommended stats. Below the equipment. So, is that every piece of equipment? Because the piece of equipment has the stats. So is it going to reorder them once you equip them? Or is that more... When I hear the stats section below the hero's equipment, that's going to be your overall stats for equipment. So let's get out of here. Let's go pick a hero. Let's pick Daniel. So what that means is this section right here. See stats. Oh, whoa. There we go. Stats, right there, you see stats. So it's just going to prioritize. So for him, it's going to be like attack, and then attack, and then attack, and then more attack, right? What are his stats? Attack, that's it. So attack's going to be at the top. Cool. All right. All right. Right on. Cool. A waste of time, in my opinion, but whatever. I don't know why... It's like they got one guy that's like, you know, he's probably the boss, and he's just like, I'm going to come in and I'm just going to do what I want to do. All I want to do is tinker. You know, he's probably the head designer. He's just probably, you guys do the important stuff, go build stuff. I'm just going to tinker with the UIs in the game and make things weird, more, you know, complicated, like the selecting secondary stats option in the stats filtering menu, or the gear filtering menu. Added a flame mark to the core stats, whatever. Added flame marks in front of the recommended stats, and the texts were changed. Okay. The texts are changing color. Cool. Don't care. Added a simple mode and advanced mode to the equipment filtering function. Good. Make this so I can actually pick my secondary stats easier, because right now your system sucks. Primary stats works just fine. For secondary stats, it sucks. That whole 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Idiotic. Normally, I would never advocate going on a simple mode for something, especially gear. But if it helps me sort my secondary stats easier, I'm using simple. Oh, wait. Here it is. So simple mode. Only display the 3 filtering items. Oh, okay. Well, then never mind. Screw me then. Set, quality, and equipment rating. So set, hero, right? Quality, rare or mythic or legendary. In the equipment rating, D through triple S. Advanced mode, you can filter by everything else that we could already do. Optimize the equipment forging system. Slightly increasing the probability of improving the equipment rating when forging A-level equipment. Okay. So, is this an admission of guilt? You know how everybody is just anecdotally seems to always roll 3 times defense? Is this an admission of guilt that they have defense and stats like that, like resist, rated? Why are you crying? Stop crying. You hear my puppy crying? Is this an admission of guilt that those stats that we don't want have a higher probability of rolling? I think it does. I think it does. Slightly increase the probability of improving the equipment rating when forging A-level equipment, which means the stats you actually want to roll on are probably going to get rolled on, but it has to be A-level. What about S? Because we can get S too. Hopefully it's for S and A, or A and higher. Optimize the content related to the Soul Incursion COLLAB event. Oh, really? Okay, cool. What'd you make better? Optimize the name for the chests. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah.
How dare you?
That's making it better.
How dare you? How dare you?
The daily mission list will no longer be displayed after the boss is killed.
How dare you?
Okay. The boss challenge tickets will stop being issued after the boss is killed. That's stupid.
How dare you? How dare you?
Don't care. All this stuff we don't care about. It doesn't improve the game. The descript. You know what? This stuff, you guys should have already had this implemented. What this tells me is you forgot or you didn't finish. And now you're stuffing it in there before it becomes a problem. Shame. How dare you? The description text of the COLLAB Hero acquisition method is modified. And the reason why that is because if you pulled all of your COLLAB tickets, then when you went to pull another 10 pull, you would see a red icon indicating that you could no longer pull. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch Dan Heilman's summoning video for the COLLAB Heroes, and he'll mention it a couple times. That's what's getting fixed right there. Unified the format of the bottom bar of the main game interfaces for base, border, story instance, and season interface. Okay. That might be okay. We'll let that one go. Bug fixes. Anything big here? Fix the incorrect description of the exclusive equipment effect of Motoko Kusanagi's 4th skill. Okay, I'm not sure what was wrong there. I think what this is indicating is, you know how if you paired her with Rickert, Rickert would get less crit rate? I actually don't know. I don't want to say that because I don't know what I can't remember off the top of my head what the X30 is for her. So this is whatever the 4th skill's exclusive effect is. It's changing it. So fix the issue where equipment smelting could not be performed when the number of the equipment in the bag reached the upper limit. I didn't know that because my bag is never full because I manage my gear. Fix the issue where the animation effects were lost after the boss or Valepi in the Crimson Abyss released its crystalline breath. Okay. Never noticed, but alright. I'm not opposed to bug fixes because really it's just making the game more streamlined and polished. So bug fixes are cool. I'm just looking for something that's blatant, right? Fix the issues where chat content, I don't care about that. Fix the issues of abnormal display of the Peak of Glory rankings. I've never noticed that either. And then notes bonuses for time travel heroes cannot be generated in commander purification slots. Okay, so don't be trying to purify your commanders to get the time travelers because apparently you can't do that. Oh wait, no, the bonuses for time traveler heroes. So you can get the heroes, but you can't get, say, like plus 10 attack summons. Like, no, you can't get a stat for time travelers. We will add the corresponding descriptions to the purification rules in a future update. Why not now? Why not now? Please perform the commander purification operations as needed. Okay, and that's it. All right, so what are we getting? We're getting basically more of the same. Just blatantly new. I guess we're getting Purin, we're getting Tachikoma, and we're getting Immortal Unleashed gear and the other ones. And Thundercliff stages 7 through 10. So Daniel's the off banner, and Daniel and the Gene Hybrid and the Dominant Nucleus are in the Gamuzo's Bell. And we're getting a new Energy main attack Mythic Divine Prototype. So ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. The safe word is Green Lantern Ring, even though this one's the White Lantern Ring. So, White Lantern Ring. There you go. That's the word of the day, or the safe word of the day. Because I'm always playing with something. Can't remember where I got this. I think I got it from a comic book store. Anyway, White Lantern Ring in the comment section below. Tell me what you think. And I will be pulling on this banner tomorrow. I'm going to pull to 180 in the morning. And then as I get more tickets, which there's not a whole lot more tickets to get, because I think by tomorrow, the second stage of the boss is dead. Let's see. Let's go take a look here. Yeah, 6%. So I'm going to wake up and this thing's going to be dead. So what does that give us? What does that give us? I'll take those. So it's going to give us 50 and 15. Yay. But it's also going to give us the big one, right? So let's look at the overall rankings. I think I'm third. Yeah, I'm third. So it's going to give me 32 of these. It's going to give me all these. So I'm going to get a Gene Hybrid tomorrow because I have over 30 shards. It's going to give me one of these tomorrow because I have over 30 shards. It's going to give me some red runes, because I always pick red runes from this box, because these mats you can farm. Red runes you cannot. Red runes you either have to purchase or get through events. So please, please, please pick red runes out of this box, which you'll have in your mail tomorrow, or you'll actually come in here and collect. And then as of tomorrow too, for this event, it's going to be all 4 of the COLLAB heroes. So my guess is, since we're having a tank, a support, a vanguard, and Motoko, assassin, each one giving 20%, you're probably going to run Dom. You're probably still just going to run Dom. Yeah. And then what do we get? We get this buff? No, we don't get this buff. Yes, we do. Yeah, because this will be dead tomorrow. So we're getting the crit damage of allied heroes is increased. And max HP is increased by 10%. So, cool. All right, that wraps it up, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed this brief summary. Even though it's not brief, I've been talking for 40 minutes because I'm long-winded. Brief summary of the patch notes for October 11th, 2023. Yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Tell me your thoughts below in the description, or in the comment section below. White Power Ring. See you the next time. See you in the next time. See you next time, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers, peace, bye-bye.